classes are usually like very far from your home, maybe 20-30 minutes drive, so you have to spend a lot of time. I never were able to ration out the budget out the time for that. And then in my mind, so this is the time, these are all time consuming activities. Taking them to the temple, getting them acquainted with your gods, and getting them acquainted with your culture, all this is very time consuming. So right, so in this, right, so this country has given you a lifestyle in which a lot of work has to be done, and you're undermining all that work. On top of that, let's say you have to buy now you're building business, you're buying 7-Eleven or something, let's say buy 2 7-Eleven. You have to negotiate, you have to talk to people, you have to negotiate their salary, you have to negotiate with the person, you have to deal with realtors, all these things. When people say, oh, I bought house, man, all this is very time consuming on top of your jobs, on top of all these activities that you have to do, right? Like they just some people do volunteering also. I'm not a big fan of volunteering, but some people do volunteering also. Some people do the social service also. How on earth? Their life is just around this organic wealth building, like organic lifestyle where they're living organic life, where they're doing all these things and then volunteering and all that stuff. This is not lifestyle. They have to remember, I told you about trash can, I told you about so many things which keep coming. Small things. Sometimes the toilet is leaking, sometimes this is leaking. Right now there are 3 or 4 things on my plate which have to be done very urgently, pretty much. Well, they're semi-urgent, they're not as urgent, otherwise they would have not waited for 2 weeks. There are workarounds, there are other toilets that I can use, basically. That's the reason it's not urgent. But the point is how it is, so life is extremely busy here. There's a lot of work here. There's a lot of work. People undermine that. And that's why many people don't understand the problems of life in America, right? This whole thing will feed into multiple discussions. I just want to make an umbrella video about general video, but there's just a lot of work in this country, and all that work, there's a lot of work. Some people say, oh, I can call help. I can call this TaskRabbit guy. To call a TaskRabbit guy, there's a lot of work involved. You have to make calls, you have to look through the profiles, review this, that, then get the guy here. Right, and then he will come on a specific time. You have to be available there. So I've made a lot of videos about how the time is basically is an asset that this country takes from you. Like this just sucks the time out of you, and there is no time for anything else. There is no time for personal growth. There is no time for emotional growth. There is no time for your for you to invest in your marital relationship. There is no time for kids. There is no time for so many other things. There is no time, very importantly, because of the CSF for finance. The whole channel is all about that. There is no time for you to make more money by doing more business. Even a small simple idea like let's start this would be a very, very time consuming activity for a person in America. And I'm talking about only time. Money consuming, money investments and all may be there. They may be having a lot of time for money. They may be having a lot of money. All people in America, anybody who settled in America for 10-15 years, they'll be having a lot of money. But they won't be having time at all. The time-wise, that is impossible that someone can do a business and grow big or something and do something. Even, okay, some people have investment accounts. Just to log into the investment accounts, just to log into 401k plan, IRA plan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the Citibanks, all these accounts, very time consuming. All these admin tasks are very time consuming. Your personal administration, you're logging into your, let's say your bill doesn't get paid, they put a penalty on you. Let's say bank people put a penalty on you. All these things take a lot of time. You call the bank, it has to be done in the premium time between 9 to 5. So that's your most premium time, and all those things take time. They're mental toll because it's mentally stressful. You have to have a conversation with people and explain it to them. And to the customer service of Bank of America, for example, and then it's time consuming, and then sometimes so yeah, that's all. There's a lot of these kind of activities also. All these things, personal planning, personal budgeting, personal looking at household things. Many people show me videos. Oh, do this. How to do this? There is no time. There is no time, So all these basic clerical tasks, personal clerical tasks, you have to do yourself. You cannot hire a person for these things. If you hire a person, he'll charge $40 an hour, and he will ask for minimum work also. Yeah, she will ask for at least $1,000 worth of work every month also. So how will you give that kind of thing? So that means $1,000 a month for this thing. But first of all, where do you find such people? Care.com, okay, go ahead and try to find that. The point is, you have to find for cooking, cleaning. You getting accounting done for someone else, but then you're cooking, cleaning, all these things by yourself. So don't go there. I'm not going to the health problem. Help is a big problem in this country because everything's very expensive. Everything's very expensive, right? And some things require brain. For example, gardening. The planning of the garden is a brainy activity, and they will take your input. It's a very time-consuming activity. Similarly, pool cleaning. Once my tree grew big, I wanted to cut the branches. Very time consuming. I tried to do it myself first. I bought a tree cutter and I tried to do it myself. Very time consuming activity, brothers. And then I asked my gardener and paid him extra every time to trim the branches. The point is, guys, this is all something that you understand. In this country, everything has to be done by yourself. You don't understand the amount of time you're a child. You don't have any parents. So when you don't have parents in this country, if you're first generation, you don't have any parents here. So that adds to the problem. That adds to the problem. Brothers, it's very, very time consuming in this country. I'm again saying that time-wise, there is no time here. Someone may say, oh, he's very busy. You may think that he's meeting with Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. No, he's simply cleaning his house. He has to clean the house, nah? How will he do otherwise? And if you have another rental property, then what happens? No, I'm not getting in there. I'm not going there. You have to clean that too. You know that. So right, organizing the stuff. My daughter or anybody's daughter, any kid would keep on throwing the things away. There will be a lot of clutter. So cleaning all that mess is also a lot of time-consuming activity, and making sure they're organized. We have spent hours and hours to organize our house, and still it's very unorganized. I have put videos of my house, unorganized stuff on my house in this channel. You guys can go and look at it. It's just too much time-consuming. It's very, very time-consuming. Just to make sure everything is in place, everything stays where they are, is a very time-consuming activity. I just told you so many things which are basically very time-consuming. I hope I have not missed anything, but even if I missed, you should assume that's a very time-consuming activity because everything takes time. So everybody in America is busy doing these things. They cannot run a business. They cannot do anything growth activity. They cannot do anything. They cannot really, if you notice, people forget their hobbies in America, right? That's why they do. If they do their hobby, then they do only hobby, then they live a poor life. They cannot do their job. Then they cannot do any business. They cannot make the $12,000 a month they're supposed to make. Remember my videos say that. So like Rohan Virdi, like Ark in America, they live a poor person's life, right? Right, but right. So these are all interesting points of this country which nobody understands. That basically the time is there is no time here for doing anything. Everybody's damn busy. All right. Thank you, guys.